Everyone thinks discipline is some kind of magic willpower. They imagine it's waking up at 5 a.m., crushing the gym, never slipping, never failing, and then when they fall off, they blame themselves. Here's the truth. Discipline isn't about being a superhero. It's not about gritting your teeth and forcing yourself to do things you hate. That's weakness disguised as strength. Today, I'm going to show you what discipline really is. And once you understand it, you'll never struggle with consistency the same way again. You've felt it before, haven't you? That moment you set a plan, and the first slip-up hits, and suddenly your whole week feels ruined. That frustration, that guilt, that sinking feeling in your chest, it's not because you're weak. It's because most people have a completely wrong idea of what discipline even is. And here's the kicker. Once you see it the right way, discipline stops being something you have to fight for. It becomes something you are. First, let's break the biggest myth. Consistency isn't about motivation. Motivation is a spark. It's unreliable, fleeting. You don't get consistent results because you feel like it. You get them because you've built a system, a mental architecture that forces you to act even when you don't feel like it. That's the secret most people never learn. Think about it like this. Imagine trying to build a muscle you can't flex once and expect to get big. You need repeated stress, repeated action over time. Habits work the same way. If your environment, your routines, your triggers aren't set up to make action automatic, you're doomed to fail, even if you care more than anyone else. And here's where most people stumble. They attack willpower instead of architecture. They tell themselves, I'll just try harder. But willpower is a battery. It drains. It fades. It breaks. Instead, you need to create a mental and physical environment where the right action is the easiest action. That's the difference between someone who falls off and someone who executes daily like clockwork. Let's say your goal is to work out every morning. The typical approach: set an alarm, hope you wake up, pray for motivation. Most mornings you snooze, skip, and beat yourself up. The iron mind approach: lay your clothes out, pre-pack your bag, set a cue, your coffee cup, your running shoes, something that says action now. Your system does the work, and motivation becomes irrelevant. That's the subtle but brutal truth. You fall off not because you're weak, but because your environment isn't built for action. Another reason you fail: you confuse caring for commitment. Caring is emotional. It comes and goes. Commitment is structural. Commitment doesn't care how you feel. Commitment doesn't negotiate. Commitment says, this is what I do every day, no matter what. And most people never actually commit. They just hope care will carry them. Spoiler alert, it won't. I've once worked with someone who tried for months to write daily. He cared deeply. He had the dream, but he kept quitting after 3 days. We changed one thing. Instead of relying on him feeling like writing, we made a ritual every day. Same time, same chair, same pen. Within a week, the habit became unstoppable. Care didn't change, the system did. Here's the next layer. Your brain loves shortcuts. When you feel resistance, it will do anything to avoid discomfort. That's why you scroll, procrastinate, or quit. Your mind isn't lazy, it's smart. And the smarter you are at creating frictionless action, the less you'll ever struggle. And here's the kicker. Execution isn't a one-time win. It's momentum. Every day you act, your mental muscle grows. Every day you start over, you train yourself to fail. That's why breaking the cycle now is everything. Stop thinking, just try harder, and start thinking, how do I make this automatic? That shift is what separates the people who fall off from the iron minds. So, if you've ever wondered why you keep failing even when you care, it's not about your heart. It's about your system. But here's the next level. There's one secret habit that multiplies all your discipline, makes procrastination almost impossible, and locks in consistency like clockwork. I'm going to reveal that in the next video. And when you implement it, everything else will finally start falling into place. Trust me, if you missed this step, nothing else matters. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment down below what else you'd like to see, and send this to someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, peace.